Hi students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Mirwani and today we'll be doing sums of business restructuring. Let us see this. I'm doing illustration 2 on page 373. Let's see the sum, guys. They are saying that East Company is buying Frost Company. East Company intends to buy Frost Company. Okay, let's see the data that is given to you. They've given you earnings after tax, they've given you number of shares, and they've given you market price per share of East Company and Frost Company. Right, EAT is given to you as 2 lakhs and 60,000. This is given to you, number of shares is given to you as 40,000 and 10,000. MPS is given to you as 15 and 12. Right? Now, what's the first thing that you do? You always find out EPS. Right? How do you find out EPS? EPS is found out by the formula EAT divided by number of shares. Right? EAT is given as 2 lakhs divided by 40,000. Right? So this is going to be 2 lakhs divided by 40,000, in which case you will get this as 5. Right? Similarly here, for Frost Limited it is going to be 60,000 divided by 10,000. So this is going to be 6. Right? Once you have this, next, let's see this. If the next thing that you have to find out is the PE ratio. PE ratio is nothing but MPS upon EPS. Price earning ratio is market price per share divided by earning per share. MPS is 15, EPS is 5, so PE is 3. Similarly, here it is going to be MPS is 12, EPS is 6, so this is also, no, this is going to be 2. Right? Next, if the proposed merger takes place on current MPS, if the merger takes place at current MPS, so let's write the MPS first. The MPS is given to you as 15 and 12, right? Number of shares. For the merger to take place, East Company will have to buy all the shares of Frost Company. There are 60,000 shares of Frost Company which East Company is going to buy. If it buys those shares, it is going to give the shareholders of Frost Company its own shares. That means the number of shares that will be given to the shareholders of Frost Company will be 60,000 into 12 divided by 15. Right? Now, when you work this out, this will come to 8,000 shares. No, there are 10,000 shares, sorry. There are 10,000 shares in Frost Company. 60,000 was its EAT. There are 10,000 shares in Frost Company, 60,000 was the EAT. So 10,000 into 12 divided by 15. So 8,000 shares. Right? So therefore, the number of shares that will be issued by each company is 8,000. Next, post merger, what will be the total number of shares? Total number of shares is going to be, East Company already had 40,000 shares of its own, plus it has just issued another 8,000 shares, So that makes it 48,000 shares. Next, EAT. The total EAT after merger. The total EAT after merger, they already had an EAT of 2 lakhs. Since they have bought First Company, First Company's EAT will also be their own EAT. So this is going to be 2,60,000. Right? Next, once you have this, you have total number of shares, you have total EAT, then you can find out EPS. EPS is nothing but EAT divided by number of shares. Right? EAT. EAT is 2,60,000 divided by 48,000. So post merger, the EPS is going to be 5.41. Right? Therefore, what will be the earnings of the shareholders? Now see, 8,000 shares have been issued to the shareholders of First Limited and the EPS is 5.41. So 8,000 into 5.41, which will be 43,333. 43,000. Now this was if the merger took place at current MPS, then the shareholders would earn 43,333. Right? Now that this is clear, let us see if the merger takes place at current EPS. What happens if the merger takes place at current EPS? Right? Now the EPS of the two companies is 5 and 6. Number of shares. Number of shares. How many shares are there in First Limited? There are 10,000 shares in First Limited, which East will have to take over. East and First. Right? East Limited is going to buy 10,000 shares of First Limited. So in that case, how many shares will it issue to First Limited? 10,000 into 6 divided by 5. Right? So in that case, I will get this as 10,000 into 6 divided by 5. I'll be issuing them 12,000 shares. Right? East Limited is going to buy 10,000 shares of First Limited and in return it is going to issue 12,000 shares to them. Next, post merger, what will be the number of shares? East Limited already had 40,000 shares. East Limited already had 40,000 shares. It is going to issue another 12,000 shares, so there are going to be 52,000 shares. That will be the number of shares, right? Next, what will be the total EAT post merger? The total EAT post merger, they already had, East Limited already had an EAT of 2 lakhs plus, since it has purchased First Limited, First Limited's profit will also be their own profit. So the profit is going to be 2,60,000. Next, EPS post merger. EPS is nothing but EAT divided by number of shares. Right? EAT 2,60,000 divided by number of shares 52,000. Right? This is going to work out to 2,60,000 divided by 52,000 is 5 rupees. Fine. So in that case, earnings of shareholders. Let's see how much is the earning for the shareholders of First Limited. FOS Limited was issued 12,000 shares and the earning per share is 5, so 60,000 rupees, right? That means if the merger takes place at current EPS, the shareholders will earn 60,000 rupees. If the merger takes place at current MPS, the shareholders will earn 43,333 rupees. Hence, conclusion, it would be beneficial for shareholders of FOS Limited if merger takes place at EPS. Fine. This finishes this sum. We will stop here for the day. Thank you very much.